looks so forlorn.
I'm at that critical stage right here, you know, just that wasn't bad actually.
No, it's not too
deep
bad.
enough.
It's not too bad. We're at the holiday park in Cromwell.
Well, you can come here and you can pitch a tent for like 22 bucks a night per person, so that'd have been $44 for the two of us. Or we could have gotten this little comfy shack, had two very soft beds, clean linen, towels, the whole 9 yards. That was 80 or 85 bucks. You can go all the way up to like nice furnished motel rooms for 175. Like I said, you can pull in with the camper or whatever. For the price, I figured we'd get a couple of beds. That's way better than sleeping on the ground in a tent. They have a air up trampoline out there that I found very interesting. I was like a drunken sailor on it. It's a really cool place. It reminds me of staying in like Ohio, I think it was, when we went down there in camper, and there's kids running around and stuff going on. It's really cool.
We're in the Colorado Gorge near the Roaring Meg. It's always convenient.
Yeah. Rainbow Pass, campsites, or cabin.
Yeah. Cozy.
Well,
I know some of these huts are, you know, just recreations, but
pretty sure they didn't have galvanized nails. Other ones looking kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool. Teeny tiny. And inside, that's the lime wash on the walls I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They'd take limestone and burn it, and then, yeah, it turns into calcium oxide. You crush it and then combine it with, it's like generally like a powder. You crush that down, or if it's already powderized, you combine it with water, and that's slaked lime, and then it hardens. It's a chemical reaction.
That's how you tell it's gold. You put it into water. If it hits the bottom straight away, it's gold because it's 19 times heavier than water.
So iron pyrite won't do that?
I don't think so, not the same. If it's shiny and waffles down, it's not gold. But we have been getting a lot of fool's gold this week for some reason. So this is a New Zealand nugget from New Zealand and found near water because it's smooth. 3 ounces or nearly 95 grams. They measure in grams now.
3 ounces would be about $6,000.
Yeah, well, the two of them are 12.
Wow.
It should be,
Well, insured for 12. Yeah.
sorry, it should be purified to be.
But
that part I did.
So this is what we call a sluicing monitor. Sluicing's pretty much moving anything or doing things with water. Basically a big water blaster. So it's all gravity fed water, and because we've got this dry air climate, these are the original pipes, 160 years old.
Wow.
And because those water channels were put in place up there, you could pipe the water to wherever you had a gun. Thing was, when these guys finished working an area, they had to physically pick it up and move it and shift it to where they needed it. So up there at the top of the base, that green valley, we've got a natural water dam. The water's gravity fed, drops 25 metres. So the idea of the gun is they're trying to wash the gold out of these stone layers. So they can turn it to where they want it, left and right. If it came to a big boulder, it didn't matter because the sand and stone would wash away. You didn't have to blow up the rocks with this. But whereas that machine takes a little bit of water, this takes a heap of water. These are American taps, so they're back to front. The pressure's just kicked in.
Impressive, huh?
So then it just, they just move it to wherever they wanted it. And
Okay, Dad, can you describe this gold panning process to me?
Yeah, not really. Well, you take a handful of rock and mud and sand and you swirl it around, and the gold is theoretically supposed to fall down to the bottom because it's 15 times heavier than everything else. These pans have a ridge in them. They're supposed to catch the gold. Josh's has more ridges than mine. But it's just kind of a cool process. I tried it in my younger days independently, but I definitely didn't know how to work the pan.
He's been talking about wanting to go gold panning my whole life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Finally getting to do it in a real gold area.
Yeah, they say they actually have quite a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people doing this here right now. Well, they find a lot of gold, so we're going to try to be persistent and hopefully get something. So we are mainly looking for alluvial flecks of gold, but there is a lot of quartz that has gold fused into it.
If you mix gold with mercury, it attracts it and it turns into like a dough. And then you use, what, cyanide to melt off the mercury?
No, they just heat it up in the mercury.
Heat it up.
The mercury vaporizes more readily than the gold does. Well, and what you're left with is gold. I believe this is a sheet metal bender for forming iron pipe. The Chinese miners, when they came here, they started their own little herb gardens, which was very common. And this is wild thyme, which was imported by these miners, as I understand, now grows everywhere. The Lindis Pass. We went from the Mackenzie Basin and now we're in central Otago, which is characterized by these big rolling hills and kind of arid, lots of craggy, rocky gorges and stuff. They do a lot of vineyards here. Some of the best wine in New Zealand comes from central Otago. Unfenced mine shafts. Watch children carefully. Not usually this robust. It's a bit uncommon to have this kind of stonework. The Welsh were known for stonework, stonemasons and stuff.
Okay.
Definitely, I mean, you'll definitely find stone huts, but this is uncommon. Part of it was because they didn't have trees or wood, so they just worked with what they had. But
Well, Those settlers going west used sod to build their home. Whatever was available.
Yeah. Pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah, totally impressive. And for your information, it's about 80 degrees out and I'm wearing a hoodie because my neck is getting burned.
Pretty hot. I think this was restored, but I can't quite remember. I could be wrong.
That just looks like, oh, I don't know. That's packed.
We're at one of the mine shafts in Welshtown, and they put a fence around it because this fence wasn't here before. I remember you could just walk up right. Well, you could just walk right into the mine shaft if you wanted to.
And die.
But that went way, way down. Found another mine shaft. Don't want to drop my go. Hello. A long way. Ready?
Ready, set, go.
Stop.
Stop.
I never heard it hit the ground, but I just couldn't hear anything anymore.
Oh, you told me to stop at about 19 seconds.
Oh, that's pretty far then.